空島はあるぜ。
あんたさっきも。
何を悔しがるんだ姉ちゃん。今の戦いはそいつらの勝ちだぜ。あいつらの言う新時代ってのはクソだ。海賊が夢を見る時代が終わるって？おい、人の夢は終わらねえ。
俺はいろんな戦いを超えて数々の傷を負ってきたが、今うずくのはこの傷だ。俺にこの傷を負わせたのはお前んとこの方、黒ひげティーチだ。
新世界では早速黒ひげが動き出し、例の屋外ルーキーのうち一人がすでに餌食となった。奴は完全に白ひげの縄張りを知り尽くしているからな。
四皇の座を狙う海賊たちの中では一歩リードというとこだろう。悪魔の実を2つ食べた人間など歴史的に前例がない。
世界の未来は決まったぜ。はははは。そう、ここから先は俺の時代だ。
The first time we were informed on why one cannot eat more than one devil fruit was in the second page of chapter 385. Bluno from the CP9 told us that if one were to absorb more than one fruit, his or her body will explode without leaving a trace, killing that person on the spot. However, in page 13 of chapter 577, Teach showed us that he was not only able to ingest 2 devil fruits, but also use them simultaneously. Even after 21 years of One Piece, there is still a big mystery on how Blackbeards managed to pull that off, and many theories have been created on this topic. Some more plausible than others, so since there is a whole bunch of them, I won't debunk all of them for time purposes. Therefore, I decided to choose some of the most popular ones that I believe are very unlikely. They call me Panda-san. Welcome to Dose of Japan. The first theory is what I'd like to call the multiple personalities theory. This theory brings up chapter 225 when Luffy, Nami, and Zoro encountered Blackbeard for the first time. After Nami suggested that Blackbeard could know more things about the Sky Island, and after referring to Blackbeard using the pronoun he, Luffy and Zoro stated that she was wrong, that it is not he, it's they. They therefore referring to his multiple personalities. So first of all, I want to say that the page shown in this theory is very well chosen, because I do believe this is indeed a foreshadowing by Mr. Eiichiro Oda about the true nature of Blackbeard. However, the theory can be proven wrong. First of all, we need to acknowledge the fact that having multiple personality disorder or schizophrenia is completely passable in the world of One Piece. However, we only know one known case, and this known case is the character of Cavendish. Hakuba is the name of the personality that takes control of Cavendish when he goes to sleep. He is the proof that being schizophrenic is possible in One Piece. However, we see clearly that when Hakuba takes control of Cavendish, his body and his face changes drastically, going from a handsome knight to a very demonic look. Moreover, if we take a look at chapter 773, when both Hakuba and Cavendish share their body, we see that half of the body is possessed by Cavendish and the other half is possessed by Hakuba. And in this case, we see clearly that both personalities manifest their appearance in the way the character looks. Blackbeard's look, on the other hand, does not seem to change very much. Matter of fact, it does not seem to change whatsoever, even when he uses both of his fruits at the same time. So that's a red flag.
That's a red flag. Yes, that's a big red flag.
The other theory that I found is the theory that one of his rings have eaten the fruit. Similarly to Spandam's word, Frank Freed ate the Zozonomi, or Rasu, the gun that Mr. Forth owned, ate the Inu Inu no Mi. This is also completely wrong in my opinion. First of all, we recently saw that Blackbeard did not wear any rings after the time skip. No, although in this image we see him chilling with a beer and a bunch of girls, and a random grandpa over here, we might think that he wears his rings only during battle. But there is another problem in this theory. See, if we suppose that one of his rings ate Newgate's fruit, he would logically be able to use it only in one hand. However, in Marineford we saw him use the Gura Gura no Mi in both of his hands, simultaneously, so that makes it kind of impossible. However, the main point that I'm trying to get at to debunk this theory is in page 15 of chapter 577. Here, Marco, who was the doctor of Whitebeard's pirates, stated that he managed to use both fruits because, and I quote, his body is different. Marco being the doctor implies that no one better than him could know how he managed to pull that off, and that also implies that this guy has a biological explanation on why Blackbeard's body can host multiple devil's fruits without, and I quote, exploding without leaving a trace. So this page here is also of course a foreshadowing in my opinion. According to Marco, it is not what he wears, it is his body that makes him special, that makes him different. Another theory is that Blackbeard ate the Cerberus fruit, a mythological Zohan that supposedly allows him to eat 2 more devil's fruit. For those who do not know who Cerberus is, it is a mythological figure in the Greek pantheon. It is supposed to be a dog that guards the gates of hell. This dog has the particularity of having 3 heads, and people say that each head could possibly host the power of one of the devil's fruits. This theory states that the prominent presence of the number 3 that surrounds Blackbeard, so 3 guns, 3 skulls, etc., is correlated to the Cerberus fruit. I think this is also highly unlikely. See, the mythological Zohans are not only the rarest, but also amongst the strongest devil's fruits out there. The known owners of these fruits include Marco the Phoenix, Admiral Sengoku, Jack, King, and Kaido. I name drop those characters because they are amongst the strongest people in the manga, and that's solely because of their devil fruit. Thus, I believe that if Blackbeard ate one of those fruits, he would definitely use it in battle, at least once, but he never did. Moreover, when Cheech was a member of Whitebeard's crew, he only was a 2nd division pirate. So do you really think that Newgates would rank him only as a 2nd division if he ate that kind of devil fruit? Marco, who ate the mythological Zohan of the Phoenix, was captain of the 1st division, literally Whitebeard's right arm. So that makes the theory very, very unlikely. However, I do believe that there is something going on about the number 3 that surrounds Blackbeard. In my opinion, Blackbeard will, at the end of this story, have 3 devil's fruit. The Yami Yami, the Gura Gura, and Kaido's devil fruit. But that is a story for another day, and when he pulls up just like he did in Marineford at the very end of the war and steal Kaido's devil fruit just like he stole Whitebeard, you can come back to me and tell me, yo, Panda Sensei,
you was right.
And if he doesn't, well, I'm sorry. Anyways, let me know what you think about Blackbeard in the comments. Again, you know the drill. If you enjoyed, leave a like, hit that sub and that bell button, and until then fellas, take care.